It's yet to be seen what kind of impact last night's debate will have on the race for president between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. But there's going to be a lot of analysis over the next couple of days. So join us this morning. It's Dr. Lee Hanna from Wright State University to help us break down what this means for the presidential race. All right, Lee, you saw last night's debate. What are your main takeaways?
Yeah, so, we knew going in that everybody knows what they think about Donald Trump. He's been in the public eye and really the center of American politics for 9 years. Harris, on the other hand, and polls have showed this, was still not very well known by a lot of voters. And if I look at her trajectory from replacing Biden on the ticket to the DNC convention, her first interview, and now this debate, you have to say that she has met, if not exceeded, expectations at each point. And the CNN Snap polls from last night confirm that. The first debate between Trump and Biden, Trump was viewed as the winner by 67% of voters. Last night, Harris was viewed as the winner by 63% of voters. And so if you're looking at the major test where millions of viewers are tuned in, many of whom are undecided, I think you have to say that Harris has met, if not exceeded, expectations. And so I think that's certainly good news for the Democrats.
Both debates so far this cycle have been highly consequential and left a lot of people talking. So I'm kind of wondering if both candidates will take the stage again before the election.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I saw Harris having such a good night that I wouldn't risk it, right? But her team was calling for a second debate. I believe they were even calling for it in real time as this debate was starting. We will see what the Trump team does. At one point, they wanted the traditional 3 debates. So I would have told you before last night, there's no way one candidate will have a better night and won't want to, revisit it or risk it. But now it does seem like there's a pretty good chance we'll see a second debate, which certainly will draw a lot of attention.
Now, last night, it kind of came to a surprise to many. Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris for president just after the debate. Now, my question to you is, does an endorsement like this actually make a difference, or any endorsement for either candidate really make a difference?
Historically, I have not put much stock in endorsements, especially in the general election. I think they can really matter in primaries when Democrats and Republicans are deciding between candidates that are very similar. The thing about Taylor Swift compared to a Liz Cheney type of endorsement or, even other celebrities is that she has an enormous following, and many of whom may not be that plugged into politics. When she came out in the Tennessee gubernatorial election back in 2018 and, announced the position, there was a noticeable difference in voter registration and, different kind of metrics to see whether there was an impact. So her coming out, endorsing Harris, as well as, listing some information about how to vote and everything else. If you think about the average Swiftie, they're in that demographic that's not as likely to vote. So, yeah, I think there's an actual chance that she could have an impact, and we'll see if she does anything else, right? If she wanted to hold a benefit concert for Kamala Harris, I think people would come. And so that's some major star power that perhaps they will try to harness.
Well, Lee, we're less than 2 months away from the election, and it couldn't get here soon enough. We appreciate you stopping by and taking time for us this morning.
Thanks, Nathan.